Hi all, Agent here again. We're going to do a railgunning and team deathmatch video. We're going to use a rail cruiser, which is a little different than normal. Normally you see them on walkers and mechs, but I really like to use cruisers and play assault rail, as I call it. I'm not way back on the opposite side of the map. I'm usually somewhere near my team. We've chosen mid-level rails. We're not using the rail erasers. I do use them in team deathmatch, but it's really easy to overextend with those, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. The reason we're using these is they do more consistent damage over time. Not necessarily more damage, but more consistent damage. It comes at more of a steady rate. The erasers, you have a lot more downtime between shots or between volleys of 4. Because you'll get about 4 shots out of those before you run out of energy and have to recharge. And then you're down to a slow fire rate. So we're going to get out of the way of the missiles. As a railgunner, drones are a primary target in the air, especially if you don't have any flak. Rails have penetration again, so they'll just punch right through that outer armor and you can start chewing away the inside of their bots. It's pretty effective against all types of drones, the arrow rod drones, the tesseracts, that's what the spiky ones are called, and to a lesser degree E-plated drones, because you got to get through those E-plates before you actually do any damage. But your second priorities, or first depending on how much of what is in the match, are large weapons, flak cannons, lock-on missile launchers, and shotguns. They're high CPU parts, and they're weapons that can really make a bad day for your team, so you want to take those off. As a railgunner, you're not going to have top kills in every match, or many matches at all for that matter, because what's going to happen is you're going to do what I'm doing. You're hanging back, you're going to damage these guys, you're going to cripple them, you're going to take their high-powered weapons off, and then somebody with a blink, somebody with a melee bot, or an aircraft is going to come in, and they're going to finish the job that you started, and that's fine. It's not kill stealing. That does happen in team deathmatch, but I wouldn't call it that with rail, because with rail you need to go into this game mode with the mindset of supporting your team and not carrying your team. You have to support them by taking off those big weapons and keeping air in check. So again, I shot some of the big weapons off, shot at the mech, I had a line of sight on the drone, so I turned my attention to him. Here's a case where this guy had Tesla blades on there and he's charging right at me. And that's what I was talking about earlier with the large rail erasers and the upper tier rails, is that you're going to burn through your energy a lot faster, and I may not have had the energy I needed to shoot off those Tesla blades before he got to me. And those things will wreck just about any bot in the blink of an eye. I mean, one hit and you're crippled, 2 or 3 hits and your entire bot's gone. You're dead. So it's a really good idea to be situationally aware of what's going on around you. Listen, look. See, I look around me a lot. I also have a really good headset, so I can hear cloaked bots coming at me. I can hear the thrusters of the enemies and their hover blades and all that stuff. So it really helps to pay attention, because as a rail gunner, you're not often right up on the front lines with your teammates fighting. You're hanging back and you're supporting them. And what you do is really important. Just because you're not getting a lot of kills doesn't mean you didn't help win that match or you contributed less. In a lot of cases, you're going to contribute more, because your teammates are just mopping up whatever you cripple and leave down on the ground. Like, somebody else is going to get that kill, and that's fine. I'm going to move around so I have a line of sight on enemies. Like I said, I'm back here, further back, kind of all by myself, so paying attention, looking and listening around me. I want to try to save this guy, so we're going to try to shoot some of his thrusters off. I could have aimed for his guns, but I wanted to take away his mobility first, because the thrusters were an easier target all clustered in like that. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to try to take off his thrusters. He spins around, so I aim for his Tesla blades. I want to get rid of those because those are high damage weapons. They're not worth as much CPU as your lock-on missile launchers, your flak cannon and shotgun, but it's really important to get rid of those things too. So I did see that bot coming up here. I see an easy kill, and I do want to get a couple kills in. This is deathmatch after all, and just because I'm a rail doesn't mean I should have 0 kills. But first and foremost, your job is to support your team. You see this guy just spawn. I was trying to shoot off his flat cannon, but there's a really high heal rate for 15 seconds after you spawn, so I couldn't get rid of that flat cannon. And it wasn't as big of a deal. We do have some aircraft or something you can shoot at, a hover on our team, but we're not mainly composed of flyers, so it wasn't quite as big of a deal. This guy, see, he saw me sitting here all by myself out here, and thought he was going to come in for an easy kill while my allies kind of helped me out. I did some damage to him. He's going to get away for now. I think someone else is going to finish him off, but I'm going to turn my attention to this drone because drones can be really hard to deal with if you don't have anti-air, if your railgunner is paying attention to other things. So I'm going to focus my attention again on the lock-on launcher first. I'm going to heal up myself, and then I'm going to try to help my ally out. That's another thing. If you're far back, you see everything that's going on, you can help your allies. So there we go. We did top damage, and we got second place on score, even though we weren't top kills. And that's how to railgun in team deathmatch.